Hey guys, this is Clay from Deep South Bushcraft and Self-Reliance. Up here in the woods today in my friend James's secret hideout that he won't let me disclose the location on camera. So today it's a little bit more cold and it's kind of windy, and we did a lean-to shelter not long ago, but on a day like today I thought I'd shoot you a new shelter video that's a little more useful, I think, in the weather we're having. So we're going to do a wedge or a plow point shelter. And we have our same shelter components. I have our ridge line with our Pro 6 knot on it. And I have our stakes. And I have a little bit of bank line. And of course our tarp. So there's a bunch of ways you can set this shelter up, and you really don't need a ridge line to do it. So I think we're going to use our ridge line for something else. So the first thing we're going to do is just take a piece of bank line. That one's probably not long enough, I just cut. We're going to take a piece of bank line about a foot. Cut that off with our knife. And we're just going to tie that in a loop. Just an overhand loop. So we've got our tarp spread out the way we want it, got our stakes. And I like usually the point of my shelter a little above waist high, really about waist high. Take our knife and knock a couple of these limbs off here. And I just put the knot through the loop and make our lark's head knot right there. And then we're just going to take our loop and put it through our grommet, just like that. Put our stake in, and that's going to be our first corner of our tarp. So now I'm going to take the opposite corner and stake it down. I'm going to take you guys back there and show you how I stake it. There's James. So we've got another loop. Just going to tie an overhand knot. Got us a sticker off the ground. Gonna put our loop through. So now we have this toggle pulling across the grommet. So it's not putting all that pressure right on the grommet, it's displacing it across the grommet. And then we're just going to pull this back. Tap that in the ground with our boot. So now we're just going to do the same thing with our other two corners. Alright guys, so we've got our shelter up, but we're going to make some improvements to it, but let's look at it before we do. Alright, so there's our shelter. As you can see with a rectangle tarp, you get one side that's a little shorter, it doesn't come out as far. And usually that's the side I put my fire on, you know, it allows more heat to get in there. And, you know, you got plenty of room to lay down in there, room for gear, but we can definitely make this a little bit better. If you remember, we had that ball of grass that we put in the center of our tarp. We're going to use that to raise the inside of our tarp up, give us a little bit more headroom. Something I wanted to point out, you know, I talked about it being windy today. Well, this tree is just a little sapling that I have our tarp tied to. The reason for that is if the wind blows our tarp, if it's on a really stiff, serious 4-inch tree, then it can tear our tarp. We want it to be able to give a little bit with the wind. The same thing when we pull our tarp up. You know, we want to do that to a really small tree so it'll kind of give with the wind and not tear our tarp up. So I'm going to come back here and just run a line through the loop that we have in the center of our tarp with the grass and pull it up, and we'll look at it, guys. Alright guys, sorry I had to roll up my excess bank line. Can't have that laying around, tripping over it and stuff. But you see how much more room that gave us in here, and I'll get in here for you. But you guys can see, you know, there's plenty of space to lay down, room for your gear. You know, be kind of tight with 2 people, but for 1 person on a little hunting trip or something, it's a pretty quick and easy little shelter setup. So, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, any comments, questions, ideas are welcome. And thank you guys for watching. This has been Clay with Deep South Bushcraft and Self-Reliance. And let me turn you around. There's old James over there hiding behind the tree. Told him I'd have to get him in the video, so make sure you give James a shout out. Thank you guys for watching.